Hello friends, how are you all? Let us start with our the next topic, that is factors influencing the elasticity of demand. In the previous lectures already we have seen what is elasticity of demand, how to calculate that elasticity and all that. Now relatively inelastic, relatively elastic, it is all the types of price elasticity of demand that we have to use, that we have to be in mind, and then we will start. Okay, so now the first one is nature of commodity. By nature, we can classify commodities as necessaries, comforts, and luxury goods. See, here it is clearly given that demand for necessaries is relatively inelastic because if there is a price change, the demand will not affect because at anyhow the consumer has to purchase those goods because the necessaries, because these goods are necessaries to him. Similarly, if the goods are like comforts, that is, and luxury goods like cars, perfumes, if the consumer is not having that much capacity, he can postpone that demand in the near future. Therefore, it affects the elasticity of demand, and therefore the demand for luxury goods is relatively elastic and demand for necessaries is relatively inelastic. Okay, if the question is asked for the give reason, you have to write this reason. Then the second one is availability of substitute. Demand for a commodity will be more elastic if its close substitute are available in the market. See, the example is already given here: lemon juice, sugarcane juice, etc. If both are available, in that case, if there is a shortage of lemon juice, the consumer will shift to sugarcane juice because he know that there is a substitute available, and therefore in this case the demand will be inelastic. But commodities having no close substitute like salt, the demand will be inelastic, and for this there will be a elastic demand because if the substitutes are available, consumer definitely shift his demand to the next substitute. And for the salt, there is no as such any substitute. Therefore, demand for the salt is totally inelastic, or we say purely inelastic, because if there is a price change, the demand will not be changed. It is as it is, there will be the demand. Then the third one is number of uses. Single use goods have a less elastic demand, while the multi use goods have more elastic demand. I think all of you know about this. For example, coal and electricity. Coal is having less elastic, but as an electricity, it is used for many purposes. Therefore, it is having the elastic demand. Then the habits. Habits make the demand for certain goods relatively inelastic. This I already explained you. We have seen this all this in the previous chapter about the factors affecting demand. They are little bit similar to the factors affecting elasticity of demand. See, if a person is addicted to some goods, just like drugs, smoking, and etc., in that case, demand for goods is relatively inelastic because whatever be the price change, the demand will be there because the consumer is addicted to those goods. Then the durability. The demand for durable goods is relatively elastic. For example, furniture, washing machine, because these goods are durable, they are not perishable, we can store them for a longer period of time. Therefore, demand for them is relatively elastic. And demand for perishable goods is inelastic. That means milk, vegetables, we have to consume it within 1 or 2 days. Otherwise, these goods will get spoiled, and therefore, demand for these goods is relatively inelastic, or we can say inelastic. Then the next one is complementary goods. The demand for a commodity which is used in conjunction with other commodities to satisfy a single want is relatively inelastic. Already we know about the complementary goods. Here the example is given of the mobile phone, that if a fall in the price of a mobile handset may lead to rise in demand for SIM cards. That means, see, if mobile handset, if we get in a cheaper price than the previous one, then the demand for SIM card will increase because people tend to buy more and more handsets with that reasonable price. Okay, and without SIM card, there will be no use of the mobile phone, and therefore the demand for SIM card will increase. See, that means demand for one commodity, if it is increased according to that or with that increase in demand, the demand for other commodities also increasing. Therefore, the demand for this complementary goods is relatively inelastic. Then next one is income of the consumer. As we already know about the income, the demand pattern of very rich and an extremely poor person is rarely affected by significant changes in the price, because for the rich person, they never think about the price change. Similarly, with the poor person who is very much poor, he also doesn't want to take the change in the price of the factor, because price of the commodity, because he cannot afford those commodity. In that case, he don't want to think about the change in price. Similarly, the very high, very rich people, they also don't think about the price change, because they easily afford that price change. Okay, I think all of you know about this income, that is purchasing power of the consumer. Now the next one is urgency of needs. Goods which are urgently needed will have relatively inelastic demand. For example, medicines, luxury goods which are less urgent have relatively elastic demand. For this purpose, I just want to give you the one example. If one of the our relative is admitted in hospital, in that case, when the medicines are offered to him, we are going to the medicine shop and we are asking the medicines. We never say कि भैया इसका थोड़ा सा कम प्राइस में दोगे, because we know there is a urgency of this goods. That means here the goods are very much or urgently needed, and therefore the demand for them is inelastic, because at whatever the price it may be, anyhow the consumer will purchase those goods because of the urgency of those goods. Okay, the last one is time period. Elasticity of demand is always related to the period of time. It varies with the length of the time period. Generally speaking, longer the duration of period, greater will be the elasticity of demand, and vice versa. That means if the goods are required in a shorter duration, then the demand will be little bit elastic, but for a longer duration it becomes inelastic, because a consumer can change the consumption habits in the long run in favor of cheaper substitute of the commodities. I think all of you clear about these factors. So today I'm ending the lecture with this. If you have any doubt, put your doubt in your comment section so that I can clear your doubt. Please like and share and subscribe my channel. Bye.